This is VCT Masters Grand Finals, OpTic versus Loud. In map 1, OpTic showed the world a near perfect defense on the Ascent, and in this video, that's what we're gonna break down. Let's get into it. Loud opened with 4 towards B main and 1 top mid. They're looking to show some presence mid with their Sova and KO utility before transitioning to a B hit. As for OpTic, they opened with a 1-3-1 setup. They have 3 players looking to aggressively fight for mid control. They have Sova B main to get early info with his utility, and they have Killjoy with a retake setup on A. The turret will detect any enemies coming from Cat or A main. FNS also leaves a molly on each side of Hell. He's gonna pop those mollies as OpTic is retaking, flushing out any enemies camping in Hell and making the retake a whole lot easier. Keep in mind, 3 players mid mean OpTic can instantly stack B off of Sova's early info and also be in position to fast retake A through Cat. It's a very adaptable setup. Barriers drop, Loud smoke and recon mid archers and KO knifes Cat. The archer smoke mid lets Loud cross from tiles to Cat, the KO knife gets info and temporary control of Cat, and the Sova recon that clears close archers is shot from top mid. All these utility cues signal that Loud are working towards an A hit through Cat, and Loud themselves know that too. So after throwing all that utility, they instantly regroup B main for a B hit. But OpTic aren't phased. They came into this round with a sound game plan and they're sticking to it. Meanwhile, crashies drone B main off the start. He tags less and breaks his turret, so he throws a shock dart intending to do a little bit of chip damage. But all of Loud are grouped up and his shock damage is absolutely huge. Victor knives B main and it doesn't scan anyone. Loud's mid smoke faded, it's been too quiet, so OpTic aggress mid together for info. They see nothing at all. FNS also sees nothing tree and hears nothing A main. Crashies recons B main as the mid aggression is happening and his recon gets immediately broken. The pieces are coming together, the picture is forming. OpTic are confident it's going to be a B hit through B main, so they smoke off B main and silently regroup towards market. Loud Sova drones out, the execute begins.
As well, the smoke comes through just as there's no contact elsewhere. Swing through market again, they're all so tagged up. Look at this, Victor for 2!
He's playing further ahead, Victor!
And OpTic mow down Loud. Loud opened with a 104 spread. They want to fight for A main control and farm that alt orb. Les is lurking B side, maintaining map control for Loud to give them the option to rotate towards B if they want. It's Loud's save round against OpTic's anti-eco, so they're just looking to farm orbs and do as much damage as they can. As for OpTic, they open with a 1-1-3 setup. They've done their research and they have a read that Loud's going to be a heavy A main. So OpTic are also going to fight for A main control, except they're bringing Spectres to a pistol fight. The barriers drop, Saadhak throws a pop flash lineup, and aspas swings through the one-way smoke.
And actually, hold on, they're going for a little bit of a walkabout here. This is keeping my attention. There's already aspas trying to be...
OpTic's utility completely melted the dashless aspas. OpTic got a numbers advantage, so they back off. Loud then retake A main control and pick up the alt orb. Don't worry aspas, your death was not in vain. Meanwhile, Les works up B main and grabs another alt orb. Loud has cleared all of A main, but now they want to figure out what OpTic are up to. Pancada walks in and just barely misses the timing and gets taken down by Marved. 5v3 for OpTic now. They don't want to give Loud any opportunity to isolate 1v1s, so they group up and play together. Crashies and Victor double up B. The other 3 are playing together on A. Loud cut noise and transition into a A split through Cat. Saadhak picks a little too early and gets taken down by Ye's Marshall.
Really pushed down a couple of times, counted on some of his aggression a little bit here and there, so I do...
Marv gets destroyed by a frenzy.
Lovely concept in my mind. For now, still trying to make something happen here.
So Loud eventually fall to the rest of OpTic. Not a bad save round at all for Loud. They got a kill and farm 2 alt orbs. The next round's the important round for Loud. Loud are on a full buy versus OpTic's bonus. They want to win this round as cleanly as possible. As for OpTic, they just want to deal as much damage as they can so they can enter their buy round with a greater advantage. Loud open with a 1-3-1 mid-heavy default. OpTic are finally in a standard looking spread. Sova Killjoy B, mid temporarily open, Jet Cat, and 2A main. The barriers drop, Loud smoke and recon archers and KO knives Cat. This is how Loud like to take mid control. Ye got suppressed by the KO knife, but he stays posted wide on Cat. Sacy swings and Ye without his dash gets taken down. Thank goodness Ye didn't get away with that play. Now that Loud has a numbers advantage, Les backs up from B main to hold from a safer position from spawn. He doesn't want to get picked off. The rest of Loud begin transitioning into an A split. OpTic know they're down numbers and they have worse guns, so they need to make a play to stabilize the round. Marv smokes off Cat, him and Victor walk up close to take the close range fight. Crashies drones out mid for info, the drone sees nothing, so OpTic think Loud might be hiding in their Cat smoke.
And then Victor can pick up the slack. They're actually going to flash in here.
Really like the engage on that, and Victor does...
Holy, the pop flash into the smoke, into the drone tag to even out the numbers. Beautifully played by OpTic. Now they reposition, forcing Loud to have to guess what their setup is. Loud cut noise, and then call to re-hit A. Victor KO knifes A main, the knife sees nothing. So crashes start rotating towards B. This is perfect for Loud.
Now.
I mean, Almost feels like an advantage. Aspas and Sacy down to 21 and 24 HP. Another tag coming through as
Huge.
well.
This is huge. Great work from Aspas to stem the bleeding on hand. Flash Victor wants to get a little feisty with it, and yeah,
2v2 now.
lovely work from Victor. Pancada's still standing though, and it is a 2v2. So this should be contained, but they're just so willing to fight on this one.
Oh, should come through now. Crashies should be able to find himself an upgrade though. If he doesn't find anything from heaven, he's
Timing's
going to
perfect! The timing's perfect from FNS!
Sheesh. That was so well played by OpTic. Time was running low, so OpTic no Loud's anxious to get the plant down. FNS dodged Sacy's recon dart in heaven. Crashies gets the door really low, putting a lot of pressure on Loud. Right before the spike got planted, Crashies breaks the door, drawing both Sacy's and pancada's attention. FNS strikes at that exact moment, also using the spike's plant sound to mask his drop, and is rewarded with 2 huge kills.
an upgrade though. If he doesn't find anything from heaven, he's
Timing's
going to
perfect! The timing's perfect from FNS!
Well played by OpTic, but this was a round Loud could not afford to lose. Because OpTic won their bonus round, their economy is in a great place in their position to only snowball from here. On the other hand, Loud is completely broke and are forced to save this round. Loud need to make this round expensive for OpTic, or else they won't be able to stop OpTic from snowballing out of control. Loud starts with everyone gathered outside of B main. They're like, okay, enough with the defaults, let's just slam B as hard as we can. We have to use our numbers to overwhelm OpTic's rifles. Meanwhile, OpTic start with a similar setup as last round, the only difference being KO and Jet swapping spots. The barriers drop, Loud begins their execute. They open blind B main, KO nice boathouse, silver recon site. FNS uses both his mollies to delay a bit, but once the mollies dissipate, Sacy drones out and Loud starts scaling up.
We're going to go for that B piece already. You can see OpTic respecting that enough to sit deep on boathouse, make them kind of work for their dinner. And information now does get revealed, but the gap already closed, so FNS going to try and find an angle, but the flash is very good, but it does catch up with saadhak as well. So, for now, OpTic still...
Ooh, look at that defense one-way smoke from OpTic. This stops Loud from splitting sight through stairs, forcing Loud to funnel in through lane. The downside to this one-way is that it works against OpTic's rotators. They won't be able to help fight on sight through stairs since they'll have to go through their own one-way.
Holding for the backside. As Les is the only one to really connect so far for Loud, but they have at least got a step towards the site here. Backline's being addressed. Les, that's the big shot though, Pancada.
Wait, no way, it's a 1v2 for Les. He picked up a rifle. This save round is actually winnable for Loud.
Singular fight though, he needs to avoid that for one. Uses the turret to try and close in towards the site. Gonna go for the plant. You've heard Marved too far away.
Les gets spammed down to 17 health as he jumps back sight, and he pops his Killjoy ult.
Batman.
This is madness from Les, 17 HP, and he is willing to throw us down 7 seconds. They have to make the move within it. A couple more, and they have to make the play. What does he do with this? The spam comes in.
And Marved takes down Les. In hindsight, the Killjoy probably wasn't that great. Now, Loud won't have a Killjoy ult to use in their next buy round. But hey, it definitely would have been game-changing if Les had won that round. This is the first gun round in the game. Both teams finally have even weaponry. Let's see what happens. Loud start with 1 tiles, 2 top mid, 2 A main. They're positioned for an A hit. As for OpTic, they've changed their setup a bit. Ye and Crashies are looking to aggressively take B main control with the op. They're leaving mid open at the start, and they have 3 towards A. FNS has his Killjoy set up on A this time. Both his mollies and alarm bot are front sight. Not only do these mollies delay the sight take, they're also placed right where Jets usually dash onto sight. The barriers drop, Loud smokes and recons archers and knives cat. We've seen this before, this is their usual mid default. They're keeping everything looking the same in mid, except this time they're instantly regrouping A main for a hard A hit. But oh well, what's this? A one-way smoke is in their way. This delays Loud's A main control, but it's alright, they needed to wait for saadhak to regroup anyways. But during this time, Ye creeps up B main with his op and Crashies recons B lobby. The recon sees nothing, Ye has full control of B main. Crashies also joins down mid and Victor knives cat. All their info utility saw nothing. The pieces are coming together, the picture is forming. OpTic is confident that Loud's going to execute A through A main, but they're already stacked towards A. Their read was right, so now they just have to sit and wait. Loud begin their execute. They flash and drone. Victor instantly counters with his KO ult. This stops Loud in the tracks and they cut noise. OpTic have 4 players towards A. Their mid is open and their B is weak. So Marved open outs T-spawn to see if Loud are rotating out. He sees nothing, so Loud hasn't rotated away yet. Since there isn't much time left, OpTic know that Loud are committed to re-hitting A.
This is getting a little awkward here because there's 4 players from OpTic now ready to greet this.
Loud just have to go back to basics, almost just the gun at the side, and Aspas going to show him how it's done, but he's taking a whole lot of damage. saadhak still stands and still finds work, but FNS deep tucked towards hell. They found Crashies, FNS on the side.
No way, OpTic were 4 stacked on A, but Loud somehow annihilated OpTic's sight hold. Okay, fine, I'll break it down. Sacy recon site, aspas dashes into a smoke. Marved peeks a main and gets a kill, but he was tagged by the recon, and aspas instantly trades him through the smoke. But aspas finds himself burning right on top of FNS's molly. This forces him deeper into site. Saadhak runs onto site and gets a spam kill on Victor through the tree smoke. FNS takes down aspas, it's a 3v3 now. yzc is rotating, Sacy is far away since he was Silva ulting, 2v2 on site. Crashies peeks from heaven and loses his aim duel. FNS peeks to trade, he gets one, but greeds for another and dies. Sheesh! Pancada's hitting some clean shots, and now yzc in a 1v2. Can he win this?
So, comfortable enough for a plant here.
He finds the kill, he's got the blade storm as well.
So he does, but we have to wait to see if that's a possibility. He's going to break his wrist if he wants it.
What a wild round. OpTic had the read and the setup, but they overpeaked and Loud had the aim to capitalize on that and turn it into their first round win. But OpTic's snowball hasn't stopped rolling yet. Can Loud keep this up and put a stop to OpTic's momentum? Both teams are on full buys, both Jets are using their knives this round. Loud opened with a standard 1-3-1 default. They want to do their usual mid default again. As for OpTic, they have a different setup. Crashies and FNS are starting B. FNS has one killjoy molly for the choke to slow down a push, his alarm bot and his second molly are on switch. This is to punish aspas when he dashes on the switch for the execute. You can't see it, but the killjoy turret is also stacked on switch. This turret has line of sight into market and will let OpTic know if any Loud players work on mid. And look at the setup A. Omen tree with a blind ready, KO site with a flash out, and Jet A main ready to dash out. This is going to be exciting. The barriers drop, yzc dashes forward with his team's flashes. He saw pancada cross from top mid to CT. We know because he pings it.
Like that after having so much thrown at you, beautiful work. But yzc wants to get a little bit of a map in his control. He's going walkabout to the J.
yzc gets a kill and backs off. Loud lingers around mid for a bit, hoping OpTic will overpeak, but OpTic don't give them anything. FNS is sitting in B with his killjoy ult out. He knows Loud will use their KO knife on their execute, so he preemptively brings his ult out so he can pop it right before he gets suppressed by the scan. It doesn't look like he'll get a chance for that play though, because Loud start regrouping towards A for an A split, but OpTic are already 3 stacked towards A. They already have a game plan on B with their killjoy ult, so they call to stack A, but leave tree open and just all fight for site. Loud start clearing all the close angles, prepping for their A split.
Trying to clear out towards wine. Probably the right call there.
They're conscious just because yzc is showing such deep presence.
You have to clear meticulously. You've lost a little bit of the, the information play. Now already Aspas going to get further ahead. There's a lovely flash. The Porsche off the angle allows saadhak at least get a step forward. That's gorgeous work from Aspas towards Marved.
Loud gets to, but yzc trades back. He then backs off. OpTic has a numbers advantage. He doesn't want to throw it away.
They've actually got the lockdown here as well, so they can fully reset. yzc's done the damage here. They have a man advantage and the lockdown for the retake.
He still wants in. There it is. There's the investment.
Look at the time.
There's no, what can you do with this? 17 seconds. Plant's going to come in. Unless he's in such an annoying spot, has to make a run for it. Going to get himself out towards the backside of wine, just about.
They've let them pass.
They have. Would like to get it halfway. FNS on guard duty. Going to get one. He's not stopping. yzc is not stopping.
And OpTic take the round. Loud are back on the save round, but they actually have enough to purchase 2 Guardians and the Vandal while having enough credits to full buy next round. Those rifles could be their ticket to upsetting this round. Both teams open with a pretty standard spread. OpTic are still leaving mid open. They're really confident Loud won't take deep mid control, huh? The barriers drop, Loud do their usual mid default. Smoke mid, knife cat, recon mid, except this time aspas and saadhak walk into the mid smoke. They haven't ever worked up mid yet, so they decide that this is the round to change it up. Meanwhile, Marved and yzc double walk up A main. pancada doesn't want to get caught out like last time, so he's jump spying from Gelato and spots the push. Now Loud have 2 options, either retake aiming control or go elsewhere. They choose the latter. They immediately start regrouping for a B split. FNS is just chilling in spawn with his knife out. He knows saadhak has his KO knife and ult, so he wants to avoid the suppression range while still being in range of his utility. Loud's mid players break FNS's turret on switch. FNS knows the B split is coming, so he's yelling at yzc to run on the B to help crashies.
We saw this against OpTic before, and it did work, but it did seem as though OpTic, of course, do have next layers to this. And already information aplenty. Not ideal, but already going to try and close in. Less happy to lead this as of aspas with him. They've got a good surround on the side, but they're not.
Loud know there's 3 OpTic players on B. Are they going to commit to the execute?
So, but it's a 5v3. They have the advantage.
Looks like it. Aspas dashes in, takes down crashies. FNS swings out of CT and gets a trade. yzc is still alone on site. He needs help. Marved throws a huge blind, delaying Loud's lane push. Victor throws the flash onto site for market.
Give them just enough room. As yzc still backside. The composure of every piece of it.
Amazing utility usage from OpTic. Loud take a much needed timeout. Loud open again with the same 1-3-1 default. As for OpTic, hey look, they have an alarm bot mid this round. Now that Loud has shown that they can work a mid into a B split, FNS has to adapt to remain one step ahead. OpTic have a feeling that during Loud's timeout, Loud's coach was saying something along the lines of, hey guys, OpTic have a really mid weak code, so abuse that, take mid control, and then B split. So OpTic's strategy this round is going to be based on that read. FNS puts his alarm bot mid, mollies at the choke, and is actually positioned towards A. This way he'll be out of range of saadhak's KO ult if saadhak were to ult from B main, allowing FNS to pop his mollies to delay B exec from across the map. OpTic also have Ye and crashies turtling on B. Keep in mind that Ye has an op, yet he's starting back site. This is because he won't be able to dash away when saadhak KO ults, so aggressive positions are a big no-no. May as well start the round safely back site, especially if you know they're gonna come at you fast. And since OpTic have a read that a B split is coming, let's see what they do cat. The barriers drop, Loud smoke mid, knives cat, recons close mid, the usual. Then they walk out to take space mid. Meanwhile, OpTic group up tree.
Not quite finding what they need. Again, the economy's been fantastic now for OpTic. They're starting to really build a bank, and the lovely high flash. Look at that, Victor sets himself up for success, but it's
OpTic gets a 2-for-1 trade. They're up numbers now, so they back off. During the mid fight, crashies drone through B main and saw nothing. Since Ye knows a fast B split isn't coming, he shifts to market to use his op mid. Loud cut noise, the round slows down. Ye still has his dash plus a knob, so he's aggressively walking down mid to get info.
Kills on the back of it. And it's Aspas again. The tip of the spear for Loud.
He sees absolutely nothing mid. Loud regroups B main from spawn. They wanna end B. Pancada throws an omen smoke tree for misdirection. Victor knives cat in response. The knife sees nothing. That plus Ye's info mid tells OpTic that Loud are probably regrouping at one of the mains. So FNS take an aggressive off-angle cat. Victor goes heaven to hold A main, and Ye starts walking back towards B. Crashies recons B main for info, but Loud dodges the recon. But OpTic are aware of this possibility and they stay still.
They have to pass Ye and this utility.
But I still love the fact that it's FNS who's filling the void on short
Yeah.
here, right? He's keeping so much information, allowing Ye to be a little bit freer to be able to kind of get there.
Ye misses his shot and he actually uses his dash to get onto site. This way him and crashies can play together to hold down B. FNS's mollies delay Loud's push, giving Victor, you know, the dude with supporting flashes, time to rotate over.
But again, look at the time being bought here. The clock is an opponent for OpTic in this, and they are just playing it perfectly. Shot goes astray for Ye, but it's fine. He's still holding position. Pressure. It's going to be the crossfire that holds, and it's so
beautiful.
resilient.
Very well played by OpTic. Loud opens with 4 towards A and 1 B main. As for OpTic, they have a similar setup as last round, except Ye and crashies are playing aggressively B main instead of turtling back site. This is because Loud are on a save round, so they're not as scared. The round starts, same Loud default mid, except saadhak throws his kill knife into A main from Gelato instead of into cat from tiles. Both knives scan the exact same thing though. Off the start, crashies shock darts B main and breaks Les's killjoy turret. This pushes Les away from B main and it allows Ye to aggressively creep forward. Ye's especially confident about this walk up since saadhak uses kill knife A main already, so Ye doesn't need to worry about his dash being suppressed. Loud then all decisively walk up cat. They're looking to hard hit cat this round. Since Ye has control of all of B main, crashies joins up mid for info.
You know, run of things now when we look at that best of 5, because I think this map was a bit of a swing map. A lot of people having confidence here in Loud.
His drone sees 4 mid. OpTic now know that Loud are looking to hit A through cat, so Marved throws a one-way smoke on cat to slow down the hit, and him and Victor double up A main. They know that there's probably going to be one late A main, so they want to take the 2v1 and maintain control of A main.
It's not over yet. A double walk on A.
Flash through.
Pancada. That's a tee up. That's going to be fine. Finds Victor. Wants another.
They trade 1 for 1. Meanwhile, Loud commits to the cat hit.
Enough here, but FNS can hear this cross. But he knows there's a trap on the other side. He's so aware of this man. He's got 2! How do you get 2 off of that? Oh, he's just...
Because OpTic has control of A main, look at how cramped Loud are on site. saadhak barely has any space in gen,
Today, that's 2 big kills. That's going to keep this round somewhat
and aspas can barely cover saadhak from hell.
feeling safer as already crashies closing in. Going to take the spike away from them. And it's just Aspas left in a 1v2, and it's not happening.
Both teams open with the same setup as last round. The barriers drop, Victor knives tiles, it doesn't scan anyone. Loud does their usual smoke, knife, and recon mid. Then crashies recons B main, it doesn't scan anyone either. Victor guesses that Loud may have just dodged a util from B lobby, so he early rotates to B while FNS and Marv double up tree. OpTic have killjoy all this round, so their game plan is to play retake on A. Meanwhile, Loud just passively holds, waiting to punish any OpTic aggression. So OpTic are stacked B now. To make sure they're not wasting their manpower, crashies drones B main for info. The drone only sees less. Loud call that they want to end A, so Pancada resmokes archers again. That second omen smoke invested in archers tells Victor that Loud are probably using that as cover to walk cat, so Victor instantly rotates back to A. OpTic are gathered tree, Loud are gathered cat. Loud drones in, and instantly Marv only smokes cat, FNS pops his killjoy out, and Victor mollies to delay.
How are they reading this so well? OpTic are so in their heads. And Loud have to back away. What are you going to do? You're stuck in a halfway choice. You might get detained if you're not careful.
Loud then called to quietly re-hit A since OpTic might have expected them to run B, but because OpTic have an alarm bot mid, they're comfortably staying stacked on A.
But right place, right time, and I'm surprised they swung a player over off the back of that. They might start doing that now as a lot more utility comes in. FNS will be suppressed, but he's still fine. He seems to be good for at least one at this point. So ready on the side, flash comes in, Victor goes through, does his best impression. Oh, I thought he had two there, not to be. They keep their lives. Aspas still standing. Player tucked towards hell.
4v3 in OpTic's favor, Marv TPs away to safety. But wait, he cancels his TP at the last second, and even he looks confused as he gets taken down by saadhak. Ye peeks and takes down pancada.
Has a couple of options, takes one. 10 seconds left with him and the two.
Crashies hears Ye fighting, so he swings out to help, but instantly gets put down. And Ye re-swings mid-reload and also gets taken down. Wow, what an insane round. OpTic had a perfect read on Loud, but because of a few individual mistakes from OpTic and Loud hitting their shots when it mattered the most, Loud come out victorious this round. Loud can still make this into an 8-4 half. They start with a 1-3-1 mid default like usual, but OpTic are changing things up. They have their Killjoy turret holding B main, Ye and FNS are both looking to aggress mid, and Victor is looking to peek cat to throw a knife tiles. But this OpTic mid aggression should get countered by Loud's default, right? The barriers drop, a ton of utility is thrown mid. Wait, Loud smokes cat instead of archers this round. 10 rounds in and they finally change up their default, and it just so happens that OpTic are double aggressing mid? Wait, surely this has to be a coincidence, right? FNS is a bow sentinel this round and runs down mid. He gets zinked and realizes the battlefield life ain't for him and B hops away. Ye is staring down mid with his op, daring any Loud players to peek.
Has to fall back, he's left down on minimal HP. And yeah, he gets left a little bit.
He figures Loud is probably rotating out right now, so he sees this as a chance to take even more space mid. Meanwhile, Marved and Victor are double pushed A main. They know Loud is most likely rotating through spawn right now since Ye is all of mid, so they want to see if they can find the pick before Loud regroups.
Feel this, he's on the other side, and look at them, they're ready to post up.
No way, the underhand! A little gift sent from the gods!
They get a 2-for-1 trade, and they saw the spike. Marv jump peeks to get more info, and he backs off to play numbers. Ye knows Loud's attention is going to be focused on A lobby since they need to retrieve the spike, so he actually pushes up for the pinch. Marv is masterfully using his utility to delay, and he capitalizes on a split-second opportunity to tuck into wine. There's no way Loud will expect this. Loud realized that A doesn't seem like a good idea and called to rotate out. Little do they know, El Diablo has them caged in, and he threw away the keys.
Saadhak, Aspas have to clear this because look who's lurking! It's gonna be Ye from the back lines, and he's still finding shots, and he's still being a problem! As only one stands, and it's Aspas, and he does not feel safe. He has players just about everywhere. He would have to go hero mode if he wants to save this round. 30
It's
seconds
beautiful
left.
to watch. And now Aspas, like I said, in an unwinnable position here, the 1v3.
The relentless pressure from OpTic this round was absolutely insane. The last round of the half, Loud has to buy out here. They have 2 rifles and 3 SMGs. All of Loud start in B lobby. They want to do a fast B split with their Killjoy ult, but OpTic, somehow sensing this hit coming, they start with 3 B main and an alarm bot mid. They're not going to make this B split easy for Loud. The barriers drop, OpTic come with their molly and shotgun B main, but Loud were ready for that and avoids the damage. As Sacy joins the B main, Aspas and saadhak sprint on mid. They break the alarm bot and swing market.
He's in the right place, right time for it, and they just don't expect it.
1-for-1 trade. Lockdown is ticking in B main, crashes Silva ults to counter. Ye uses his chaos to peek B main and picks off less and gets instantly traded. Aspas takes down the rotating Victor. It's a 3v2 now in favor of Loud. They're fully equipped with rifles. Marved is still rotating. Crashies is alone in a 1v3 on site. This is Loud's chance to close out the round.
HP's a little low, but they have the numbers. One goes in. Oh,
Wait, what?
Snap from crashies! Someone check on that man's wrists! Sacy.
Marv TPs across to hold hands with crashies. They want to make sure they don't give Sacy 2 1v1s, but Sacy found the timing.
A nice amount of HP to work with, but he's still got a chance in this. They have no idea where he's at right now. They've set up the crossfire. Does it hold? Sacy walks in. He's found.
And OpTic close out the half 10-2.